everyone. So this is Pramod again. So welcome in my Alteryx part third video. I hope you watched my previous Alteryx video and you enjoy it. But I didn't get any like or any subscription from your side. So hope keep supporting me if you like my video, if you got a solution in my video. So today we are discussing about don't worry, don't afraid or don't scare about this workflow. So we will cover one by one. Once we done, then that will be very easy. So let we first cover our problem. So what is the problem we have? You can see we have a master file folder, we have pipeline folder, we have revenue folder, right? We have three folder. Basically, we have three file user what to need to do on user open the master file as well as user open pipeline file and user open revenue file and we have one file that is account name, so we are using this account name file in our Alteryx canvas. So these account name abc1 abc2 abc3, this is the dummy account name in here. I'm just closing. So what essentially user need to do on daily basis? User open this, user got this file, open this file, filter the account name, whatever account name we have an account name file, and copy this data and paste somewhere. Same thing, user open this pipeline file, filter the account name and copy and paste data and revenue data. So what is happening in here? On daily basis user getting one file from master side, one file from pipeline side and one file for revenue side, and they are doing the filter basis of the account name and copy or paste data, right? So this is the problem number one. So what we need to do in here, uh, we this is the problems we have basically. So we need to create a Alteryx workflow to how to workflow can fetch multiple folder data and copy data and paste it in some in one one file, right? uh, so what is so what will this workflow do? User provide first the folder structure. So what essentially we provide a solution. So this is one time activity. So user need to create one folder is master, that would be hard coded name, pipeline folder that would be also hard coded name, and revenue folder that would be also hard coded name. So on daily basis, user whenever or what time user will get the master file, replace the previous file and paste it in here. Like we have a format of CSV. Same thing, we need to provide the pipeline file if user will get the pipeline file and user will get the revenue file and paste it in here, right? On daily basis, you are getting user getting new file and replacing this old file, right? So user need to create this folder. This is a hard code structure folder. So master should be master, pipeline should be master, because we use this naming convention in our filter area, right? But we have not used the naming convention over the file. So whatever file name would be there, those will be cover those will be fetch data from there. So make sure we need to only the one file in here. Two file would be there, that might be data would be append or some kind of you not validate the data, how many data we have in one file and how many data we have for two second file after the filter data. So make sure we have only one file. So we can create a workflow for if we have a multiple file, but this is a problem we have a user getting only the daily basis one file. So this file is CSV and very large use file. So what second, we create one structure that is the account name. So user need to create one file, this account name Excel file, right? So let me open this file, and where user will paste all the account name, whatever account name here user will get it, whatever account name user want to do the filter, right? So this is the account name in here. This I was created app. This app, this name is KPI UI app, and we need a one support macro. So this regarding of filter, how to filter multiple account name, I created I already created that video. I will put the discussion link on the below. You can check it on that. How can filter multiple uh, 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 contain a multiple account. We can filter from the file. This is a macro file. So essentially, this is a macro file. We use a macro need to input, and this is parameter where we'll pass the our file and filter this one, and will we get the output. So I will not explain this one. You can check out my description. This kind of video, how can filter this one. So I'm closing this one, right, without saving, right? Yeah, and you can see. First, I will go one by one how we will get the output. So basically, what is happening in here? Uh, one another thing, the output will get whatever folder we will select our destination folder. Those let me open this one. Just simple. This is the application I created in here. This is a user selection. So please select the base folder. Base folder, it means if I copy this folder, because in this particular folder we have subfolder master, pipeline, and revenue. So we need to provide this folder. Destination folder, where you want to save the file. Let me save this file in here. So you can see here you can see the so I just run the workflow. So I got this output file, right? So this output file, uh, again this output file again, because we got some data from master data, so put it in here. We got some data in pipeline folder, we got it here, and we got some revenue data from here, right? So macro, the Alteryx will create this folder and paste it in here. This is again hard coded in here, right? And so this is account name, so user need to select the account name and finish this. Once this finish has been done, so you will see these three file where you given the destination folder, right? And I will little bit tell to you how can I create this application. So I will go with this particular thing, right? So what you need to do, let's take a you want to give the dynamic CSV file or dynamic file, right? And let me browse this file and run it. Sorry, run it again, right? So you can see we have some data in a browse folder. So now, if you want to convert this canvas or this workflow in an application, you need to go in workflow and select the. We have three options. First is the standard workflow, second is the analytical app, and third is the macro. So we need an analytical app. Once this create an analytical app, you if you click this, you this little magic stick will pop up. I mean, you can see and visible the pop-up will be on the top of bar. If you click this magic stick, so I'm not sure what is this, but I just saying is magic stick. So this kind of questionnaire you can see in here, but right now we don't have any questionnaire, so you just close this window. How can you provide the questionnaire? You go with the interface. So interface, we have lot of tool in here, and we will cover one by one. Hope if you're supporting me, I will cover one by one video. How can use action one, check one, condition, all these things, and you can put your question in our in my discussion or in message me. Then I can provide my answer or solution on that. So what you need to do, you just file browser and select this one, and this should be again file browser and select this one. So whenever you select, whenever you're connecting this from file browser to our browser, so you can see one action bar will pop up. So what is action bar? Action bar is nothing but change the user path or change the some value from the input, right? So we need to go action bar, update value, and select this one, replace this particular one, go with second one. So before going, select the because this dialog box is a save dialog box, we need to save that, check this save as dialog box, go in action bar, select this one, replace this particular thing, right? So now if I click this one, so you can see one pop, two pop-up we now you can see select the folder, open the data. You need to select this one. Basically it will ask which seed do you want to apply it here, and second thing where you want to save the particular folder. So let me, you can see the save one, so whatever name you will write in here, there's those will be go in a save. So now which seed do you want to create it? So once they're done, then you can finish off that, and your data will be saved in particular destination. So this is kind of how can create your application, how can create your UI application in here. So please thumbs up if you want to create a video, or if you want to do to make create a video on that thing, right? So I'm just closing this one. So now we back our let me little bit. Okay, so now we have our workflow, how to use dynamic filter, how to fetch the data from multiple folder, right? So first I will talk about these things in a later. First I will cover this one, right? So this is the input file. You can see if I go in a end. So this is account name. So account name is nothing but this account file, right? This account file. And this is directory I use. This is the directory I use from in or out ribbon section. Directory will, so whatever path you will written in here, whatever path you will give to here, it will give the all the directory. So let's say if I provide only the particular path to this directory, it provide me all this thing, whatever we have, our folder, subfolder, or whatever file we have in particular directory will come up with, right? First thing. So now what we have to do our job, we need to filter out only master, pipeline, and revenue folder from here, right? So if I can, you can see one filter I applied in here. So the filter will essentially contain the revenue if the revenue filter is master pipeline. So if I click the true part, so we will get only three folder, right? If I expand little bit, so master, pipeline, and revenue, whatever file we have in here. So these are the file name we got it, right? I will cover this account name first thing. Now second thing, we need to combine our file, or you can use full path from this one, but I combined this directory. This is the directory and this is the file. So I combined this one directory plus file name, and once this done, then you can see we use group by, right? So we have full path now. Essentially our output, we have master file folder, we have pipeline folder, we have revenue folder. Now what is happened? We use three filter in here. First filter is contain with master. Second filter will filter rev pipeline. Third filter will filter our revenue. Right? So what is, so now we use input section, right? Dynamic input section. So how can you take it from here? We go in developer tab and dynamic input. Use this dynamic input. So it's very useful tool. So what is dynamic filter? First you will drag the dynamic filter, this kind of canvas you will see in here, right? So this is edit input. So this kind of your template, what kind of data you will receive once you develop this canvas, right? So I use as hard coded, you can see I use hard coded. So is nothing but it will assume, okay, this kind of template or this kind of data structure you will see once you pass the data in here. So I use I think revenue I use in master, I use in here. So I given the master file to in here, right? And this input will assume, okay, this kind of template I have. So now the whatever master file will come up here. And you can see I use second final path. Final path is nothing but which I created in here, right? Which I created in here, final path. It will replace our particular path from this one. You can see change the entire path. You need to select the change the entire path, right? Same thing I apply it in here. Uh, Same thing applied for pipeline and revenue one, right? So once this done, now we have our data. You can see we have our data. This is pipeline, this is revenue, and this is master. We have our data to so the input in dynamic input job has been done. Now we have in three input, right? We given only one folder and we have one of three input basis of our folders which was we define. So what is happening with the account name? So what why we use account name? Account name. So again, I will suggest to watch my first video because I use the dynamic filter based on the account name. So nothing but we have a account name. So right now we have only three accounts. So uh, we need to convert this format, this horizontal format. You can see the first account name. So this is the old one. Sorry for that. Me the first account name comma so if I go in here, so understand this summarization, right? Understand this summarization. First we have account name. First we have account name, right? We use account name, we concatenate our column with a start and separate by comma, and we need to have the comma, like in every single word. Like let me explain in our Excel where we have our data, right? So what is happening in here? So the summarization is done like this. We have this comma sorry ABC1 comma ABC2 comma ABC3. We need to put also comma. So this kind of format we need to do for our filter section, right? So you can see we have one account, second account, and third account, and so on, right? So once this done, we need to put the bracket, right? Once this done, when we concatenate all these things, so we need all as well as put the bracket. So put the bracket means we have to format like this, right? So once this done, so we need to put the open bracket and close bracket. So now this all the account name, this all the content name will goes this macro, right? Again, I will suggest this one. You need to watch my previous video how to filter multiple content or multiple value in a one folder, one file, right? So dynamic filter will goes first and account name will goes first. Then again we go with the account name and filter this, and the same thing will go. And now we have output. You can see this is the file output. So you need to provide the path and which sheet do you want to save the output. Same thing goes, right? So this is the workflow will work in here. So now we will discuss about the what is this application, what essentially will do application. So this application is nothing but the first filter will please select base data folder. Base select data folder will I indicating for this one because I use this base I use the folder section from our interface and this action bar. So I will provide this workflow in our discussion board. You can download from there. Second, please select destination folder. Destination folder is nothing but where you want to save this file, right? So this is the destination folder, and the final one, please select account. Account and nothing but this account name, the file, right? Once this done, then you can finish it, and you will see the output file in here. Make sure the macros should be same folder location where you are running this app, right? So, hope you like this video. If you have any question or any query, you can put me on descriptions. You can ask me on that. I will try to answer all my questions. So I'm also not an expert in Alteryx, but I have some knowledge about how can I retrieve or data cleansing or data munging in Alteryx. Uh, Thanks for watching my video. I will cover all the other video as well as once we develop complex workflow or easily workflow, or if you have any question, how can I solve my problem? So feel free to connect with me. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Hope nice. Have a cheers.